Today we're on the Ovation of the Seas. So it's day 2 on the Ovation of the Seas. We start off here with a little bit of footage from my wife's cell phone out on our balcony.
Ship is definitely rocking today. Drizzling right now, very lightly, and it's probably mid to high 50s. So I've got a long sleeve shirt and a hoodie on, which of course is a little warm around the ship, but we're going to go walking around and probably go up on deck if it's not pouring by that time. Those are definitely high seas, which explains why the ship's rocking.
Inside the spa, deck 15-4. So my wife ended up booking a spa treatment for later on in the cruise. The thing about the spa, we've done different things over the years. I think we've booked some spa things ahead of time before we even step foot on the ship. I know there have been at least 1 or 2 cruises where my wife, like the very first day, as soon as she got on board the ship, she's gone directly to the spa to, either get like some kind of a, massage like that day, or to at least book it for later on in the cruise. There you see the little hallway there. That's where you go to actually do the stuff back there. I'm just kind of hanging out up here. You see her over there kind of making arrangements and getting the pricing and, whatever. So I don't think I've ever done anything on a ship. No, I take that back. I have once or twice, but it was years ago. It's not usually my bag. I'm out too busy, recording video or taking pictures or just wandering around. Spa thing on the ship is just not quite my deal, but it definitely fills up pretty quickly from what she's told me. So it's always best to either book it ahead of time, when you're doing your cruise planning, or if you're going to wait, then as soon as you get on the ship on the first day, go in there and make your arrangements to either do it that first day, or at least go ahead and get it reserved for later on in the cruise. And like, for instance, we have a cruise coming up. Our next one is going to be in July of 2020. In that particular cruise, the last 2 days is going to be at sea. So 2 sea days back to back. So that the spa is going to be just packed on those 2 days. So if my wife wants to do anything, she's probably going to make the reservation ahead of time in the cruise planner. So we'll see. So as you can see, we're back in the Seaplex. We ended up drifting in here quite a few times over the course of the cruise, just because it's such a unique area. You can see here the hours of operation. You saw there, like some of the different things that they do. My wife just wanted to capture that just to give you an idea of how they have things scheduled, and it's a pretty neat area. It's definitely a focal point for kids and families, which is pretty cool.
Just a reminder that we are staying right now on the ship time. Ship time is 9:43, alright? If you forgot, change your time.
If you are enjoying the video so far, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever a new video is posted.
Thank you so much, and have a beautiful cruise.
So now we come down to deck 5, and you open up right into the schooner bar on that particular set of elevators. the Schooner Bar, kind of an interesting area, or in an interesting location on the Ovation. Definitely gets quite busy when they're doing trivia and just other things. So the photo gallery is one of the areas we step into here for a second to take a look. And this was pretty neat. It's all kind of digital and upgraded compared to what we're used to on some of the older ships, even the Oasis class ships, because those are, a few years older, except for like the Symphony and the Harmony. I mean, the two that we had been on up to this point were the Oasis of the Seas and the Allure of the Seas. And so those had both been launched in like 2006 and 2009 or something like that. So their idea of a photo gallery on those ships, the last time we were on them, was more of the traditional, you walk into that area and there are 8x10 prints all over the place, so printed photographs everywhere. So of course this is the new modern age on the Ovation where, you get everything digital. It's kind of cool. You can walk up and just do your CPass card and sort of tap on the little electronic thing there, and you've logged into your account and you're looking at everything, digitally. The one thing I've noticed increasingly with each one of these cruises is, they already had the push on alcohol, and food is becoming a thing. They're starting to push you now on these cruises for doing like a food package, all this kind of stuff, like almost like you have the beverage package, now they got the food package. But now they're pushing more and more on photo packages. So now that's becoming the next big thing of like, constant push of like, get your photo packages. You see it right there on the screen, photo package, photo package, photo package. So it's another area where they can make money. And when we did this, I think we ended up getting the link. It took a while for this to work actually, because after the cruise, it was several weeks before we could finally download the pictures. And they were pretty good quality. The file size was not as big as you would expect for paying as much money as you're paying, because I'm a photographer myself, and so I was expecting higher resolution on the files that we ended up downloading. But, it's definitely better than the old days, because it used to be you had an 8x10 like actual picture that you're taking off the ship with you, and you're trying not to damage it and trying not to have anything happen to it, and that's the only representation you have. There was no digital, there was no electronic. It was literally just you purchased a printed 8x10 and took it home with you. And then when you got home, you had to scan it on your own so that you could finally get it into some kind of a digital format. And the picture had the 8x10 printed, had some kind of like a copyright on it. It was just a pain in the ass, just to be quite honest. It was an absolute pain in the ass dealing with photos. So this was really the first cruise where it was a little bit more what I would call normal. Like, you can do everything digitally, you can download the pictures after the cruise, although it did take a while. But I think what they're doing is they're farming that whole thing out to another company, and that's probably why it takes so long and so forth. But at least you can do it. So the other thing you have to build into your budget now is, a couple of $100 basically for one of the photo packages if you really want to kind of do it right. And my wife and I have gotten in the habit on these cruises of basically getting a bunch of pictures taken during at least one of the formal nights. I'm in a tux, she's all dressed up, and we just go ahead and do it. And we kind of commit to, like when I do the next cruise in July of 2020 on the Harmony, I know I'm going to go ahead and do the tux rental. We're going to do the full-on formal night. We'll get the pictures taken. We'll do the photo package. It's just something I build into the budget. And it's just kind of one of those things, if you're going to cruise in 2020 and beyond, you're going to have to get used to the expense of alcohol packages, the expense of photo packages. At some point in the future, the expense of these food packages may enter into the picture. So we'll see how that goes. What is all that over there? So I think we can go that way too. That's kind of cool. So the bionic bar's over there.
We didn't come over here.
No.
There's a big chair, and they have the menu for Wonderland. It's really cool. I'm sure it's photo copies.
So I wonder if the bionic bar is open. Yeah, there's people over there looking at the kiosk.
But the thing about that is you have to like wait for them to bring the kiosk.
Well, no, there's one over. I think those people over there are looking at one. See the guy with the black hat on?
So there's someone like constantly monitoring this?
Yeah, you didn't. The guy that I asked to get the kiosk yesterday.
Okay.
Remember? Because
so they don't just leave them out because then they'd be making.
I pulled him aside and said, "Do you have another kiosk?" And he went and got one and brought it over to our table. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and that you gave it a like. To see more content like this, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever a new video is posted. What's this one all about?